He was hours away from being hooked to a dialysis machine. The doctors had done everything they could, but his kidneys were failing, fast. Blood tests showed skyrocketing creatinine, swelling had taken over his legs, and he could barely sleep from the constant discomfort. At 62, this man had lived a full life, but now his reality was confined to hospital walls, IV drips, and the slow countdown to dialysis. His family was told to prepare for the worst. He was on the brink. But in the quiet of one sleepless night, something shifted. Not in a hospital, but at home. That night, he refused to believe it was over. He went searching, desperate for anything that could give him a second chance. And what he found wasn't a miracle drug or a new machine. It was a glass, a simple drink before bed that would start the change. Because what if I told you the most powerful healing doesn't happen during the day? It happens while you sleep. What if the key to reversing kidney damage wasn't in expensive procedures, but in what you sip before your head hits the pillow? In this video, we'll reveal 6 powerful bedtime drinks that help detox, hydrate, protect, and in some cases, restore kidney function. And drink number 3? It's something most people ignore, but could make all the difference. In 2021, a fascinating case study published in the World Journal of Nephrology highlighted something doctors had long suspected, but rarely talked about. An elderly patient with advanced stage 5 chronic kidney disease managed to avoid dialysis through a series of strict dietary changes. No experimental drugs, no last-minute transplant, just a committed, targeted, low-protein and anti-inflammatory lifestyle shift. One of the most surprising elements? His consistent use of therapeutic bedtime drinks. Yes, the very things most of us overlook before bed played a key role in his recovery. This wasn't just hydration, it was strategy. These drinks weren't sugary or random. They were purposefully chosen to support overnight kidney function, enhance filtration, and flush out uremic toxins while the body rested. The science behind it is catching up fast. According to nephrology researchers, our kidneys, like our brain and hormones, follow a circadian rhythm. They don't filter at the same rate 24/7. In fact, the kidneys ramp up repair and toxin clearance during deep stages of sleep. This means what you drink before bed can either support or sabotage that natural rhythm. What's more, chronic inflammation and excess protein are 2 of the most dangerous enemies to damaged kidneys. That's why experts now emphasize a low-toxin, low-protein, and anti-inflammatory dietary model for CKD management. And these 6 bedtime drinks follow that exact principle. They hydrate without overloading your system. They support liver function, which works closely with the kidneys. They improve gut transit time, reducing the production of harmful waste products. And best of all, they work with your body's overnight filtration cycle, not against it. This case study wasn't a one-off miracle. It was a reminder. When the body is given the right tools, even at the darkest hour, it can begin to heal. The night doesn't have to be when kidneys fail silently. It can be when they fight back. While we sleep, our body enters its most powerful healing mode. Muscles repair, the brain resets, and quietly, behind the scenes, your kidneys get to work. Nighttime isn't just about rest, it's about detoxification, and your kidneys are at the heart of that process. Here's what most people don't realize. Your kidneys don't work at full capacity all day long. Their efficiency follows your body's circadian rhythm. And during the night, especially in deep sleep, the filtration system becomes more selective, targeting the removal of waste, fluid and toxins like urea and creatinine. But there's a catch. If you go to bed dehydrated, everything slows down. Thickened blood, sluggish filtration, and a backup of uremic toxins can occur by morning. This buildup doesn't just impact how you feel the next day. It can quietly chip away at kidney function over time. What's worse, poor hydration at night affects gut transit time, leading to constipation. And that creates even more toxic byproducts that get dumped back into your bloodstream, right where your kidneys are already struggling to cope. But here's the good news. When the right nutrients and hydration are delivered before bed, they lighten the load. They improve gut function, enhance toxin elimination, and reduce the pressure on your kidneys. That's why these 6 drinks aren't just recipes, they're tools. Each one is designed to support this overnight detox window, reduce uremic burden, and give your kidneys a fighting chance. And if you think bedtime doesn't matter, think again. Because what you drink before sleep could change your blood work in the morning. Barley water might sound like something your grandmother would recommend, and she'd be right. Used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine and ancient wellness traditions, barley water has quietly held its place as one of the most powerful natural remedies for kidney health. In fact, long before dialysis machines existed, barley was often the go-to drink for flushing toxins and calming inflamed kidneys. So what makes this simple grain infusion so powerful? First, barley water is a natural diuretic. It encourages gentle urination without placing extra strain on the kidneys. For someone with CKD, this is gold. It helps reduce water retention, lower blood pressure, and promote the steady removal of uremic toxins. And unlike synthetic diuretics, barley water doesn't deplete your body of essential minerals. It's hydrating and healing at the same time. Second, it's alkalizing. One of the hidden battles kidney patients face is metabolic acidosis, where excess acid builds up in the blood due to poor filtration. Barley water helps restore a more alkaline environment, protecting the kidneys from further damage caused by high acid levels. And then there's its anti-inflammatory punch. Barley is packed with beta-glucans, a form of soluble fiber that lowers inflammation markers and supports heart and gut health. 2 systems directly connected to kidney performance. Anecdotally, many CKD patients report feeling lighter and less bloated within days of incorporating barley water into their routine. One woman, battling stage 4 kidney disease, began drinking a warm cup of barley water each night before bed. Within a month, her swelling reduced significantly, her morning creatinine levels dropped slightly, and she even began sleeping better. How to make it? Rinse half a cup of whole barley thoroughly. Boil it in 4 cups of water for 20-30 minutes. Strain and sip the water, warm or chilled. Add a squeeze of lemon or a bit of cinnamon if you like. Drink it 1 to 2 hours before bed to give your body time to absorb and utilize its nutrients without interrupting your sleep for bathroom trips. Barley water is more than an old wives' tale. It's a time-tested, science-backed way to gently support your kidneys every night. Sometimes the simplest drinks are the most powerful. Lemon water might seem too basic to be powerful, but when it comes to kidney health, especially at night, it's a quiet warrior. What makes it so special isn't just the hydration. It's the natural compound it contains, citrate. And citrate is the unsung hero in preventing one of the most painful kidney complications, stones. Citrate works by binding to calcium in the urine, preventing it from forming crystals that eventually harden into stones. This is especially critical for those prone to calcium oxalate stones, the most common type. Instead of letting those crystals stick together like Velcro, Citrate turns them into slippery marbles, helping flush them out before they cause damage. But there's a twist, literally. Add a pinch of cinnamon or a teaspoon of raw honey, and this simple drink turns into a nighttime powerhouse. Cinnamon brings potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatory benefits. It helps improve blood sugar levels and can reduce the oxidative stress that contributes to kidney damage. Raw honey, used in moderation, adds a gentle sweetness and antimicrobial properties that support the immune system, particularly valuable when kidneys are weakened. Let's not forget vitamin C, something lemons are rich in. In the right amount, it plays a key role in controlling uric acid levels. Elevated uric acid not only worsens kidney function, but can also trigger gout, which many CKD patients suffer from. Now, here's the myth we need to kill right now. But isn't lemon acidic? Technically, yes, lemons contain citric acid, but when metabolized, they have an alkalizing effect on the body. Instead of increasing acidity, they help neutralize it. So drinking lemon water doesn't worsen acidity in the body. It helps balance it. How to prepare. Squeeze half a fresh lemon into a cup of warm water. Add a small pinch of cinnamon, optional. Add half a teaspoon of raw honey, optional, especially for flavor or sore throat relief. Stir well and sip slowly about 30–60 minutes before bed. This gentle drink helps you stay hydrated, supports natural detox, Torsung, and keeps the environment inside your kidneys less welcoming to stones. It's refreshing, cleansing, and far more powerful than it looks. Sometimes the most familiar ingredients just need a new purpose, and lemon water before bed is one of them. Once banned, plucked, and poisoned as nothing more than a backyard weed, dandelion root is finally getting the respect it deserves. For centuries, herbalists have praised it as a natural remedy for liver and kidney health, but only recently has science begun to validate what traditional medicine always knew. This so-called weed might be one of the most effective natural detoxifiers available. Dandelion root tea works on two major fronts, liver and kidneys, and when those two systems are in sync, detox becomes much more efficient. Think of your liver as the processing center and your kidneys as the filtration unit. Dandelion root stimulates bile production, aiding the liver in breaking down toxins, while its natural diuretic properties help the kidneys flush those toxins out of the body more rapidly. That means less water retention, more urination, and better blood pressure regulation, all without the mineral loss associated with pharmaceutical diuretics. This is especially beneficial at night when your body enters its cleanup mode. A warm cup of dandelion root tea before bed gently encourages overnight detox without harsh side effects or sudden urgency. But this isn't a more is better situation. Dandelion root is powerful, and like all herbal remedies, it requires balance. For some individuals, especially those on diuretics or blood pressure medication, overuse can cause dehydration or electrolyte imbalance. That's why it's recommended to start slow, 1 cup a day, and observe how your body responds. Here's how to make it at home. Take 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried dandelion root. Add it to 1 cup of boiling water. Let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain. Drink it warm, about 1 hour before bed. Some people like to add a slice of ginger or a drop of lemon for taste, but it's optional. The earthy bitterness of dandelion root is part of what makes it effective. It stimulates digestion and enhances bile flow. So next time you see those little yellow flowers in your yard, remember, What was once dismissed as a nuisance is now helping people lower their creatinine levels, reduce swelling, and reclaim their kidney health. Dandelion root tea isn't trendy. It's timeless, and it could be your next nightly ritual for healing. Cranberry might be the most misunderstood fruit in kidney health. Most people think of it as that tart red juice you sip during a urinary tract infection, and they're not wrong. But the real magic of cranberry comes not from the juice aisle at your grocery store, but from something far more potent: the herbal infusion. Let's clear something up. Cranberry juice and cranberry infusion are not the same. The juice, especially the store-bought kind, is often loaded with added sugars, preservatives, and artificial flavors. It might taste good, but it does more harm than good for people with kidney issues or diabetes. Cranberry infusion, on the other hand, uses dried cranberries or cranberry extract steeped in hot water. This method pulls out the natural compounds that make cranberry a true healing agent without the sugar overload. And for CKD patients, that matters a lot. Why? Because cranberry is rich in flavonoids and proanthocyanidins, powerful plant compounds that protect your kidneys and bladder from bacterial attacks. Think of them as microscopic bodyguards. These compounds stop bacteria from clinging to the walls of your urinary tract, especially E. coli, which is responsible for the majority of urinary tract infections. If you're someone prone to UTIs or kidney inflammation, especially in later stages of CKD, where immune defenses are lower, cranberry infusion can be a gentle, nightly shield. It also has a mild anti-inflammatory effect, soothing the urinary tract and reducing irritation. And here's the best part. It's incredibly easy to make and customize. How to prepare a cranberry infusion at home. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried, unsweetened cranberries, organic if possible. Add them to 1.5 cups of hot water. Let steep for 15 to 20 minutes, then strain. Drink warm or cool about 30-60 minutes before bed. You can add a tiny bit of stevia or monk fruit if you want sweetness without sugar. Avoid honey or syrups if you're managing blood sugar or trying to reduce your overall carb load. Cranberry infusion isn't just for when things go wrong. It's a preventive habit. For CKD patients trying to avoid infections, reduce inflammation, and protect their urinary tract, this drink is a powerful addition to your nighttime routine. Forget the sugar-loaded juice. The real cranberry cure is steeped, not bottled. Coconut water might be the last thing you'd expect on a list for kidney health, especially at night. You've probably heard the warning before. It's high in potassium, stay away. But like many nutrition myths, the truth is more nuanced. Coconut water can actually be a surprising ally when used the right way, and in the right amount. Let's bust that myth first. Yes, coconut water contains potassium, but it's not off the charts unless you're drinking it by the liter. For most people with CKD in stage 3 or early stage 4, moderate intake, around half a cup to 1 cup a few times a week, can actually help support better electrolyte balance without causing potassium spikes. Of course, this depends on your blood levels and should always be discussed with your doctor, but total avoidance isn't always necessary. Why consider coconut water at night? Because it provides a natural, balanced mix of electrolytes, including magnesium and calcium, which can prevent dehydration during sleep. And that's important. Sleeping dehydrated puts unnecessary pressure on already strained kidneys. Even more impressive, coconut water has been shown to help prevent kidney stone formation, particularly calcium oxalate stones. It does this by reducing crystal and stone deposits, increasing urine output, and promoting a more alkaline environment in the urinary tract. That means fewer chances for stones to form, and more support for your kidney's natural filtration. Plus, it's naturally low in sugar, unlike sports drinks or fruit juices that often get marketed as hydrating. And the light taste makes it easy to sip before bed without overwhelming your stomach. How much is safe? For most people with stage 3 to 4 CKD, a half cup, about 120 ml, of coconut water 2 to 3 times per week is generally considered safe if potassium levels are stable. Those in stage 5 or on dialysis should be more cautious and typically avoid it unless cleared by a healthcare provider. To use it as a bedtime drink, simply pour a chilled half cup of plain, unsweetened coconut water into a glass and sip it slowly, 30-60 minutes before bed. No additives, no sugar, just pure hydration. So the next time someone tells you coconut water is off limits, remember, it's not the drink, it's the dose. In moderation, this tropical hydrator might be exactly what your kidneys need to stay cool, calm, and cleansed while you sleep. When people think about protecting their kidneys, they rarely think about the gut. But here's the truth. If your digestive system isn't moving properly, your kidneys end up doing double the work. And that's where the kiwi flax digestive mix becomes a secret weapon. Not just for digestion, but for lowering your creatinine levels and easing the toxin load. Let's break this down. One of the most overlooked causes of rising creatinine in CKD patients is constipation. When food sits too long in the gut, toxins like uremic waste and ammonia get reabsorbed into the bloodstream. This forces the kidneys to work harder to eliminate them, increasing inflammation and accelerating damage. Now enter the dynamic duo, kiwi and flax seeds. Kiwi isn't just a juicy fruit, it's a digestive powerhouse. It's packed with vitamin C, which helps reduce oxidative stress in the kidneys. More importantly, it contains a unique enzyme called actinidin, which supports protein digestion and keeps the digestive tract moving. Add in the natural fiber content and low sugar levels, and you've got a fruit that's easy on blood sugar and effective for regularity. Then comes flax seeds, tiny but mighty. They're loaded with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which bulk up stool and reduce gut transit time. More movement in the gut means fewer toxins hang around and less gets dumped back into your blood. Flax seeds also help balance gut flora, which plays a huge role in controlling inflammation and filtering waste. Together, this mix acts as a gentle, natural bedtime laxative. Nothing harsh, nothing disruptive. Just smooth, steady digestion while you sleep. How to prepare. Peel and mash. 1 ripe kiwi. Mix in 1 teaspoon of ground flax seeds. Freshly ground is best. Add a splash of warm water to loosen the texture. Stir well and eat it like a pudding, or drink it, if you prefer a thinner consistency. Consume it 30 to 45 minutes before bed. It tastes naturally sweet, requires no sugar, and gives your body a head start on overnight detox. The result? You wake up lighter, your digestion is smoother, and your kidneys get to work with less interference from the gut. If you're tired of slow mornings, swelling, or unexplained creatinine spikes, this humble little mix might be the most powerful thing you add to your nighttime routine. The path to kidney healing might just start in your gut. Let's pause for a moment and tackle the most common objections, because chances are some of these thoughts have already crossed your mind. Won't this raise my potassium? A valid concern, especially for those in stage 4 or 5 CKD. But here's the key. Portion and frequency matter more than the ingredient itself. None of the drinks we've shared involve high volumes or back-to-back potassium-rich servings. In fact, several of them, like lemon water, barley water, and dandelion root tea, are naturally low in potassium. Even coconut water and kiwi, when used in moderation, offer more benefit than risk. Always track your levels and adjust with your doctor, but the idea that any fruit or herbal drink will spike potassium is a myth rooted in outdated one-size-fits-all advice. But won't drinking before bed disrupt my sleep? Not if done right. The drinks we've recommended are all meant to be consumed 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. That gives your body time to absorb the fluids and nutrients before you settle in. Plus, unlike caffeine or sugary beverages, these drinks won't overstimulate you. In fact, many of them, like warm barley water or dandelion tea, can actually promote relaxation and improve sleep quality by reducing internal stress and inflammation. Will these drinks spike my blood sugar? Nope. Not if you follow the recipes. None of the drinks include refined sugar or high-carb ingredients. The natural sweetness in kiwi or a touch of raw honey is minimal and balanced with fiber and antioxidants. And fruits like avocado, coconut, and even lemon are either low in sugar or help regulate blood sugar levels. The focus here is on whole ingredients, not juice concentrates or sweetened commercial drinks. So yes, it's smart to ask questions. But when used thoughtfully, these bedtime drinks are not only safe, they're strategic tools in your kidney healing journey. While your body sleeps, your kidneys go into repair mode. Most people assume the kidneys rest at night, but it's actually the opposite. Just like your brain goes through memory consolidation during sleep, your kidneys work on regenerating tissue, filtering blood more efficiently, and rebalancing fluid levels. This is where melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep, comes into play. New studies suggest melatonin isn't just a sleep aid, it also has protective effects on kidney tissue. It reduces oxidative stress, inflammation, and may even slow down the progression of chronic kidney disease. So when your sleep is disrupted, your kidneys don't just miss rest, they miss critical healing time. Now factor in hydration. Many people go to bed dehydrated, and this silently harms the kidneys. Without enough fluid, filtration slows down, waste builds up, and morning GFR, glomerular filtration rate, your key kidney performance marker, drops. But when you hydrate the right way before sleep, with the right kinds of drinks, your kidneys are better equipped to do their job overnight. It's not about flooding your system. It's about supporting overnight function, enhancing detox, and reducing the morning burden on your kidneys. That's why bedtime drinks aren't just a wellness trend. They're a strategic intervention. So if you want to help your kidneys repair, support their rhythm, and wake up with better lab numbers, start where healing begins, your sleep. Let's take a quick moment to recap what you've just discovered. 6 powerful bedtime drinks, each with a unique role in supporting kidney health. Barley water to gently flush toxins and soothe inflammation. Lemon water with cinnamon or honey to protect against stones and balance acidity. Dandelion root tea to activate your liver-kidney detox system overnight. Cranberry infusion to fight infections and calm inflammation. Coconut water to hydrate and balance electrolytes without overloading potassium. kiwi flax mix to boost digestion, reduce constipation,